Hey Daisy, what are we going to learn in this episode?
Hey Alex, this episode is going to be more interesting.
Cool. May I know that how?
We are going to cover many things like listening, speaking, new words, and some grammar discussion if needed.
Amazing. Why is listening important for learning English?
For learning any language in the world, listening comes first. Imagine when you were a child, how did you start learning your mother language? I am pretty sure that your answer is listening. You can't imagine how much listening can help you improve your English.
Okay. Why should we learn new words?
Good question. Why should you learn vocabulary? Vocabulary is important because it's the basis of all languages. It allows us to communicate more effectively and precisely. A rich vocabulary enables us to express ourselves clearly and with nuance, which is essential in both written and spoken communication. Don't forget to note down all new words so that later you can practice anytime.
At the end of the video, we're going to practice speaking, right?
Yes, English shadowing practice. Hello friends. If you find the video 1% helpful, please give a like to this video. We promise you that you will learn something new from this episode that could help to enhance your English.
Even when faced with the legendary Sword of Heroes, the warrior didn't flinch because he was that much of a master.
Hey Daisy, we got a new word, flinch.
Flinch means to quickly move back or away because you are scared or in pain. Synonym, back away. Even when the warrior saw the famous powerful sword, he didn't show any fear or move back, as he was very skilled and brave.
Hey Daisy, can you please give one example?
Sure. She didn't flinch when the doctor gave her an injection.
In European elections on June 9th, they came out clear winners. And that night, the night of those results, Macron did something that from the outside seems completely baffling.
Hey Daisy, we got a new word, baffling.
Baffling means something that is confusing or difficult to understand. In this sentence, it suggests that Macron did something on that particular night that appears very confusing or hard to comprehend when viewed from an outsider's perspective. Example: the sudden change in weather was baffling to everyone.
He believed that if he frankly scared voters into thinking about the seriousness of the far-right running France, they would simply change their mind in a mere 3 weeks, which many people said was folly. That's what he believed.
Hey Alex, we got a new word, frankly.
Frankly means to honestly or openly speak or act without hiding anything. Example: it means he believed that by openly and honestly making voters scared about the seriousness of the far-right running France, they would think about it seriously. Example: frankly, I don't think we can afford to buy a new car right now.
Last Sunday, in the first round of those elections, the results of that bet started coming in. They were a disaster for Macron, and for millions of French Muslims, people of color, anyone at risk of being seen as not French enough, one step closer to a frightening new era.
Hey Daisy, we got some new words, disaster.
Disaster is something very bad that happens suddenly and causes a lot of damage or harm. In this context, disaster means a very bad result or outcome.
For example, a big storm that destroys houses is a disaster. But in this sentence, it means they were a disaster for Macron and for millions of French Muslims.
It doesn't mean an actual storm or natural event, but rather a situation where things went very badly for Macron and the groups mentioned.
Okay, can you please tell me an example?
Sure. Missing my flight was a disaster because I couldn't attend the important meeting.
We have another new word, frightening.
Frightening means something that makes you feel scared or afraid. So, in the sentence, one step closer to a frightening new era, it means getting closer to a new time that makes people feel scared.
Era, what does it mean?
In this sentence, era means a period of time in history. So a frightening new era means a new period of time that is scary. Hello, my friends. Now we're going to learn some English phrases that native speakers use all the time.
Hanging out, what does it mean?
It means spending time relaxing or socializing with friends or others. Example: we're hanging out at the park this afternoon.
Get around.
Get around is a phrasal verb that means to move from place to place. Example: in this city, it's impossible to get around without a car.
She uses a bike to get around the city, or it's easy to get around town using public transportation.
Correct. Move to the next.
Get away.
Get away is a phrasal verb that means to escape or to go somewhere for a break or vacation. Example, the thief managed to get away before the police arrived. Or, we're planning to get away to the beach this weekend. Or, I need to get away from work for a few days to relax.
Get by.
Get by is a phrasal verb that means to manage or survive, especially with difficulty.
Example, even though he doesn't earn much, he manages to get by. Or, she's finding it hard to get by on her small pension. When Shakira lost her job, the family got by with only their savings. Or, during the tough times, they had to get by with very little food. Get into.
Get into is a phrasal verb that can mean to become involved in something, to start enjoying something, or to enter a place. Example, she got into yoga last year and now practices every day. Or, how did you get into the building without a key? Or, I don't want to get into our finances now. We'll talk after our guests leave. Or, I'm starting to get into this new TV show. We have completed the listening practice and have also learned some new words and grammar concepts. Now let's move on to the speaking practice, as we mentioned at the beginning of the video. For the English shadowing practice, before we start, please guys let me know if you found the video helpful or not. Your comment is important for us to understand. Hi, I am looking for this address. Hi, I'm looking for this address. Can you please direct me? Can you please direct me? I greatly appreciate you spending time with me. I greatly appreciate you spending time with me. But I have to leave now. But I have to leave now. Have a great weekend. See you on Monday. Have a great weekend. See you on Monday. Are you having a good time? Are you having a good time? How about you join me for some tea in the garden? How about you join me for some tea in the garden? But I really can't stay here for long. But I really can't stay here for long. How lonely I've been feeling except you. How lonely I've been feeling except you. Hey, I was wondering if you could help me with this problem. Hey, I was wondering if you could help me with this problem. If you found the video helpful, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. Bye.